House Oversight Committee released the videos of Bill and Hillary Clinton's closed-door depositions on their ties to Jeffrey Epstein from last week. Here's an exchange with the former president that's getting a lot of attention.
What did happen, Mr. President?
I don't know. I mean, I've already told you this. I'll tell again. I never saw anybody do anything wrong. I thought they were flight attendants.
Do flight attendants typically wear tank tops and jeans?
They don't all wear uniforms on private planes.
Yes, sir. Most are dressed probably pretty business class.
Bill also seemed to be smiling while looking through some of the evidence in the files.
What's that? Let me see it. Okay.
So, Foldy, you and I joked a lot about the Les Wexner's attorney bending over and whispering in his ear that, yes, like, if you answer this with more than five words, I'm going to, kill you. Here, I think this lawyer may have handled it slightly better, but, a little iffy on the facial expressions. The other aspect to this is, I will say, I paid well, but as a journalist, I've never flown on a private plane, and so I don't know what the flight attendants look like, but I Googled it. And apparently, Plant, they do wear uniforms. Can you believe that on private planes? So
I can't believe that.
I don't know if jeans and tank tops. Do you think that it's just slipping the president's mind there?
He probably didn't remember. He spends so much time in pursuit of his extracurricular activities. And, it depends on what the meaning of flight attendant is. It depends. And honestly, he was smirking. The best part when he's flipping through the pages, those are the pictures of him in hot tubs with underage women where he's...
Chris, he's reminiscing.
Yeah, he's definitely... And I'm glad to see he's still happy about his past there. And his lawyer had enough of it. She's looking around the room, and she's looking at his face. And she finally kind of hit the table and yanked a stack of papers out of his hands, said, enough of that. This is on videotape. I'm your lawyer. I can't let this happen. It'll ruin her reputation.
Do you think that was publicly incriminating, that moment? Do you think that that's kind of what the most viral moment that we're seeing online?
I mean, at this point, how is Bill Clinton, his entire, legacy not incriminating at this point is my question, I guess. I mean, Hillary, I will say, we talked about this last week. He's kind of got that charm thing to him where you saw, well, I'm sure we'll talk about it in another moment with Hillary. You see the personality differences there, but I think that's a moment that's telling about Bill Clinton and behind closed doors.
Here's Bill Clinton responding to questions over those infamous photos of him in the pool and hot tub that have surfaced in the Epstein files.
Were there other people in that pool or hot tub with you as well?
I don't think there's anybody in the hot tub. I hadn't forgotten that there was anybody in the hot tub, but it was big, but it was about...
Well,
he's asking in the pool area.
It appears this photo, there's a girl over here, or there's someone.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
But he's also asking in the pool area were there other individuals. I
don't know who that is.
Okay, so you don't know?
No, and then there were other people in the pool.
Okay, so do you remember were they under 18? Would you know?
Jason, he doesn't know who it is, but he knows that they were they were over 18.
Yeah.
Do we believe that?
So here's the thing. What I'm saying, first of all, I didn't see a smile. I saw a feeble old man who couldn't keep his mouth closed. He really is. I think when men get older, they get feeble. And I think you could see he could barely keep his hands steady. He is not the Bill Clinton of the 1990s. And that's really what I saw there. I believe him when he says he doesn't remember things from 30 years ago. I'm significantly younger than him, and I struggle to remember things from 30 years ago. And, there are things that he said in this, like the whole thing with J.B. Pritzker and all that. He's confusing things when J.B. Pritzker...
That's true. He did say he flew with him, but I think he meant that he did that with AIDS work, but not necessarily.
Yeah, they were never on Epstein's plane. He's never met Epstein. There's no evidence of that. So, you know.
Pritzker was very, very quick to come out and deny that.
I would too. Wouldn't you? Like, you know, you're trying to, you know, put my name in something that has nothing to do with it. And so, yeah, I think we're just seeing a much diminished and feeble Bill Clinton, whereas Hillary Clinton is still sharp.
Mm-hmm. Well,
by the way, I will say one thing. I know we're going to talk about Hillary in a second, but one thing that I did think was funny was they said, "Oh, do you remember emailing Jeffrey Epstein a million times?" Everybody says, "I remember sending 2 emails for my entire life. One to John Glenn when he was in outer space, and one to someone else." And I thought, man, I wish I've only sent 2 emails.
Yeah,
I know. I guess maybe when you're president, you have other people do that for you. One of the things I thought was...
And his vice president invented the internet. Isn't that right?
He did. Yes, he did. Yeah, he was...
Jason said that he believed Clinton about, you know, that he didn't know who those images, who the people were. I wonder, did you also believe him when he said that he had no knowledge of, like, Trump doing anything wrong, or that he had talked to Trump about Epstein and nothing was ever...
Yeah, so I believe him there, and I think he would be really, really stupid. And if I were his lawyer, I'd put him in a headlock if he said, "Oh yeah,
he might like that.
Trump told me that he was involved in child sex trafficking, and I did nothing about it."
I just kind of cringed. I was like, I bet the air on the Democrat side of the room probably went down.
I got frustrated when I heard Trump say that, you know, he's like, told the FBI, "Oh yeah, everybody knew he was doing it." And you said nothing?
Well, you
didn't report anything? You're a scumbag if you didn't do that.
You're worried about his lawyer putting him in a headlock. Hillary's going to put him in a headlock first.
She might. She did kind of defend him in some of those photos. But Congresswoman Nancy Mace said that Hillary Clinton was unhinged when she testified the day before her husband did. Here's some proof of that.
This was what I spent my time doing.
I'm a survivor trying to look out for other survivors,
and I was taking care of the people who lost 3,000 lives.
And now you're being defiant and indignant today.
You asked me about
I have met with Epstein survivors. I'm a survivor myself. You have emails. You've denied that that you tried to get Jeffrey Epstein to give money to you.
I did not.
Howard Lutnick was
used to get money. If you have an email with me asking Jeffrey Epstein for money.
I have an email from Howard Lutnick sending it to Jeffrey Epstein and his people to raise money for you.
I don't know about
an event, an intimate event for you at his offices at Cantor Fitzgerald. You're going to sit here today
if you would let me finish.
So one of the things that was going back and forth was Mace kept saying that she was a survivor herself. She's trying to get answers. Quote, "I am doing the job you failed to do," end quote. Foldy, this was also about Lutnick. I believe he's going to come voluntarily and do a transcribed interview with the committee maybe next week. I don't know how soon that's going to happen. But, I mean, did that land any punches there?
No, because Hillary Clinton is a lizard person. She's very smart, smarter than probably everyone on that committee. And here's the thing. She was a senator from New York. Did she meet with Howard Lutnick, who oversaw Cantor Fitzgerald, the company that lost more human beings than any other single entity on 9/11? Yes. So I don't understand the point of doing this. I mean, Hillary Clinton is a master class in brilliant evasion. And this is not the first time that she's been under oath. Did she lie during this? Almost certainly, yes. But I think that when I was watching this, I thought, oh, this is a reason, you know, there's a reason that she has an alleged parody body count all over the place, that her aides are shooting themselves in the head with their non-dominant hands, and then their guns are being found 40 feet away. She is a very smart woman. She did a very good job. And by the way, it does make you wonder why they initially did not want to do this.
Yeah, well, I wanted to go to Ashley because we were talking about, you and I previously talked about Hillary Clinton and her kind of combative attitude. We saw that when the image was taken and shared, she kind of stormed off, said that you can hold me in contempt.
Yes, that was against
But she did, I remember, I don't know if it was like a mood change, but when she was shown pictures of her husband in the hot tub or whatever, I think she said, well, people get in hot tubs and pools all the time.
Well, she's used to defending Bill at this point. We all know that. She's been with him for years. But I think the telling moment there, I mean, I wish we saw that a little bit on the campaign trail back in 2016 from Hillary. She might have stood a better chance, in my opinion, against Trump. And I think that moment was just very telling of Hillary.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.